The Art of Fatherhood. How to see the future before it happens. Part 2. In the modern world, there is little or no excuse for not doing your homework, for not collecting the available data, for not examining all the possibilities from many different sources, for not checking and cross-checking and reaching out for assistance if you need to know more. Our education begins with a want to understand why things are the way that they are. 24.7 million children in the United States do not have a father present. That is 1/3 of the entire country. In addition, 17.7 million of these are absent from their biological fathers. Fatherlessness and disconnection lead directly to insurmountable and irreversible negative outcomes. This is developmentally, socially, and mentally unacceptable. This is the complete breakdown of society and everything that has taken at least the last 2,000 years to build up. Within this short presentation, you will find statistics for the United States are used as an average of cultural values that are held in a large majority of Western Christian-orientated countries, although regional variations naturally occur. The breakdown of society has been done systematically and on a regular basis by using mainstream and alternative media to pound into the heads of society for the last 100 years that men are, in general, at best bad or at worst superfluous. Statisticians have calculated that sitcoms contain at least 4 attacks on the male character per episode. They are well written and well scripted. Blog articles are pumped out by clueless repeaters, anxious at the number of likes, subscribes, or retweets they will get. Across all media, men are regularly portrayed as cold, indifferent, violent, or incompetent. Because, and simply because, it's cool and trendy, and it pays well, rather than because it is true or correct. This is important as children with negative experiences of parenting responsibility, such as the absence of a parent, suffer immense pain when exposed to positive male models because they are unable to process the lack of this in their own history or in the world around them. This attack on children has to stop. From 1930 to 2011 in the United States, divorce rates climbed from 2 per thousand to 6 per thousand. Births outside of marriage rose from 4% to 42%. Both statistics are linear in their progression and show little sign of altering their pace or direction. Put together, we can see how devastated society will be in the future. Just as normal is not an argument for right, so we can see how the cultural landscape is transforming and is being transformed. We are creating an unstable world for the children of tomorrow. Apparently now, 25% of teenage children grow up in unstable single-parent households. Value is only really understood over time and always translates into outcomes. Married parents with biological children are really the only safe place for children. Nice people get married and fulfill their responsibilities, while everybody else seeks excuses and weighs out. Half of all child abuse occurs in single-parent, mother-only environments. The majority of this occurs when the biological father is separated from their children. There is a strong argument for the fact that this separation is psychological abuse. There is, of course, in society an automatic compulsion to rush to the defense of women, whatever it is that they wish to do, when caution taken to examine the details of cause and effect would perhaps be more prudent. In 1960, 95% of children lived with both parents. However, by 2011, only 58% of children lived with little or no contact with their biological father. The duality of core parents working together on a daily basis cannot be replaced with one parent or half a parent or no parent. The reality is that children absent from this duality face abandonment, which they internalize and normalize and carry with them forever. The needs of children must constantly be updated and addressed. For some, this is logical and practical. For others, distant and unusual. The little things do matter. Just as an example, breastfeeding a baby less can cost a child up to 10 IQ points later in life. So be aware. Single parents are great strains on themselves and local economies. They require more help and support. It is beyond interesting that the children of not married or cohabiting parents have twice the likelihood of ending up in poverty, whereas married partners have double the income of those unwed. In general, marriage can reduce poverty in society by 2/3 by providing a much more stable framework for the biological children to grow up within. Smart people stay together. Fools rip up the contract. Any parent who does not live with their children full-time may be classed as absent. 90% of homeless people come from homes that have an absent father. Fatherless children do less well with reading, mathematics, languages, and cognitive thinking skills. Children with an absent parent and a missing second set of eyes are more likely to be involved in low academic scores that may lead to crime. This is also known as the school-to-prison pipeline. A majority of young single mothers actually attribute their circumstances to the absent father in their childhood. We can have opinions, but it is hard to argue with facts and stats. The children of single parents are more likely to be bullied. The children of single parents are more likely to do drugs and have alcohol-related issues. The children of single parents are more likely to smoke. The children of single parents are more likely to be promiscuous. The children of single parents, on average, experience a large volume of transitions and transitional relationships. The children of single parents suffer more mental and physical health issues. The children alienated from their father tend to be more aggressive and less confident. And children alienated from their father tend to compensate through addictive behaviors. The stress of increased parental responsibilities is always transferred to the children. Though it is hard to directly attribute intelligence to a single cause, at least 50% of developmental issues in children are a result of parental differences or indifferences. The abuse of a negatively charged environment lowers IQ. Intelligence is the result of exposure to situations and appropriate responses or communications. Absence of the right kind of situations or contact with the right kind of people is neglect. To force children into any kind of purposefully, psychologically negative situation is plainly wrong. In life, some pain is inevitable, but suffering, where possible, should be actively avoided. Perhaps, if we take better care of the children by understanding the complex consequences of our simple actions, then that will become the best possible investment that we can make for the future of our society. The art of fatherhood.